It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
You're always in a help situation.
Kyler drives the left side to the window, kicks to the corner. It's Bailey. It's for three. It's good. Ace Bailey's got 18 points. 119-112. Lowry, left wing three. That's who's supposed to make threes. That's the guy that's supposed to rip the cords from the left side. The one-hand pass to Keontae, who steps behind the three-point line for an off-the-bounce three, and he hit. 1 point game. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is electric. This is fabulous. One-hand pass to the wing to Okongwu. Driving on Markin, twirls back, tries to go up and under, and does. 32 for Onyeka Okongwu.
Onyeka Okongwu, this is fabulous. This is also another loss, so that makes it fabulous. The Jazz go down in a slugfest. I thought I was watching Cal Raleigh up at bat. How did he not get the MVP?
Hey, hold on.
Oh, boy, man. The offense was on full display. The Jazz giving up 42 points in the first quarter. It got better. Not by a whole lot, but it got better. But they lost. The Hawks without Trae Young. I didn't even recognize these guys. Who are these guys on the Atlanta Hawks as they move to 8-5, surging 6-2 on the road? Oh. Well, bright spots, marking, and scores. We're going to have Lock on as we usually do on Friday. I can recall several years ago, we were talking about guys put up stats on losing teams. What does it really matter? And we can ask him about that because Markin is sure putting up stats. And so is my guy, the Gondola. Get on board. I'll carry you to the top. Ace Bailey. Yeah. 4 of 7 from 3. Sweet. And 32 minutes. That's what I want to see. Now his plus-minus sucked. It was minus 18 if you're into that stuff. I'm not going to put it all on Ace Bailey as to why his plus-minus was bad. I don't know. I'm not a big plus-minus guy. I'm a big final score guy. But the Jazz go down. And how do you say that guy's name? Sivi Mikhailuk?
Svi Mikhailuk.
He and I had the exact amount of points.
Yeah, he had a tough night.
0 in his 25 minutes. But he was only a -4, so I guess he's, 14 points better than the Gondola, Ace Bailey?
If you go by plus-minus, yes.
Which I ain't going by. So the Jazz get beat, which is good news for the Lottery, and they fall to 4-8, and they're back at it Sunday, 5 o'clock for the pregame, 6 o'clock for the tip-off across the street at the Delta Center. All right.
Stay tuned later on in the show. We're giving away tickets to that game.
Tickets? All right. We got tickets later on. Please listen. Oh, I need you to listen so badly.
Hey, we'll incentivize you. We got you.
Yeah. And maybe DJ will be there and just ask him what's up. Away you go. We'll see. The Jazz back in action Sunday against the Chicago Bulls. All right, let's move on to the NBA.
Hashtag NBA.
Well, only a couple of games outside of the Jazz. The Suns, man, are they on to something? They beat the Pacers. Pacers only 1-11. Jeez.
Yeah, and well, I don't know if you saw this. Aaron Nesmith now is down with an injury for Indiana. They're
gonna get.
They're depleted.
They need Rick Mount and Don Boozy, some of the old time Pacer guys.
Jermaine O'Neal, can you play? Reggie, no more TNT stuff. Come over here.
Yeah.
Oh no,
man,
what's Reggie doing? It's not TNT anymore, obviously.
Lose by 35 on the road. They're 0-7. We know that they were here at the Delta Center a couple of nights ago and got beat. And the Suns, 8-5. Good for them. 6-1 at home. And Raptors beat the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. What was his shooting? How many shots did he jack up? 7 of 18. Oh, wow. Getting to the free throw line 17 times. Man, those superstars always get the call. But his plus-minus was negative 18. Second worst on the team. No, tied for worst with Evan Mobley. Plus-minus, man. There you go on that. And, Steph, he's done. He's done with Under Armour. Are they to protect this house, people?
That would be them.
Well, didn't he do that? Didn't they were going to build some low income out by his home out there, and he didn't want that?
Oh, he protected his house.
Yeah. Oh, for power to people. What, you going to put him in my neighborhood? No.
He protected, yes. He protected his hood. There's no doubt. No, he's had this relationship for well over a decade, PK.
2013.
Yeah, so kind of crazy to see it coming to an end. But
isn't he building his own brand?
Yes, he has been doing a little bit of that. But the question is he going to partner with, let's say, a Nike or somebody else to continue to build that at some point?
No. Do like the Pac-12 and go out on your own. We see how.
Oh yeah,
that works.
just branch out. Okay, yeah, got it.
So that's the NBA, and there'll be a bunch of games tonight, won't there be? For sure there'll be. I'm going to tell you, what are some of the games you may want to watch? We constantly tell you what happened. Did the Jazz win? We'll show you tonight. No, brother, that's long ago. Not a whole lot of good games going on. The Warriors and the Spurs. Now, the Warriors just beat the Spurs, and now they're back at it again. We shall see, Stephen.
And it's an NBA Cup night if you're...
the fancy courts. Yeah.
Or in the case of Minnesota, the ugly courts, according to certain head coaches.
So if we're going to check out the Cup, would that be a Cup check?
It's a Cup check, yes.
Not Mitch.
It's a
you
cup.
ever have a Cup check in high school?
Yeah.
I played baseball. I had them. But I was so confident, I don't need no stinking cup. All right, that's your NBA. Let's move on to the sport of... What do we got next? We got college basketball.
#college basketball.
Okay, we got a bunch of games. Now the big game is tomorrow. We got the Cougars. They're playing UConn.
In a bit of controversy, though.
5 o'clock on Fox. Same time as Utah kicking off football in Waco, Texas. Now, obviously, Kennard Davis Jr. was arrested on suspicion and alleged DUI. That's the story that came out last night. And I think about what to say. You can go with the cheap shots and all. BYU, you're so different. No, you're not. Blah, blah, blah. And then you can have fun with that if you want. I've always thought they should tone down that rhetoric. And just let it speak for itself. If you're different, you don't need to tell me you're different. I'll notice it myself. But they get new people in there, and they get excited about it, so they want to tell you about it, and good for them. But at the same time, people are people, and that's people are going to make mistakes. Now, this kid, I don't know what happened, and I'm going to go on right now to wait until all the facts come out. It was before noon, and on the way to be able to fly over there I assume they go into Boston and we'll practice today and get ready. It'll be
Correct.
a fun game. I'll be looking forward to watching the game, flipping back and forth between the Utah game. I'll probably have my computer on so I can watch the football game and also watch the basketball game. This is not Delaware or Holy Cross. Obviously, it's UConn, which has won a couple of titles here in recent years under Dan Hurley. And Dan Hurley's fun to watch himself because he's he's my Jersey guy, ready to blow a gasket at any time, as Jersey people tend to do. I can speak to that. Made millions of mistakes myself. So I'm going to hold off judgment on any of this stuff and let it play out and see what happens, because there are going to be any number of things that it could be involved in, and I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate and say he's guilty of this or that. They'll go ahead and do the thing, and then BYU will act accordingly, and then we'll go from there, right? That's about the best I can do. So reserving, not that I would have judgment either way. This is not my role to be judging these people. It's my role to give opinions on it. I guess maybe that's a kind of a blurred line there. But I'm going to wait. Not going to say anything as far as he's this, he's that. The program is this or that. Kevin Young, obviously their majority of their roster is not of the LDS persuasion. Not that an LDS kid couldn't make the same type of mistake. If, in fact, this is a mistake, or any mistake for that matter, we'll see how that plays out. It is on ESPN now. A lot of people don't like BYU to get that type of publicity. And there's plenty of people on the other red side who like BYU to get that type of publicity.
Oh, yeah.
And
social media has been...
Yeah, social media. Social media sucks. I can't say anything more. A bunch of anonymous people popping off. But Myron Metcalf has a story that was posted this morning. That's 6 o'clock our time, 6 a.m. And starter Kennard Davis Jr., starter for BYU, top 10 squad this season, was arrested, blah, 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 on suspicion of DUI following the crash in Provo.
The full police report is supposed to come out as early as today. So
yeah.
To your point, PK, withholding opinion, judgment, whatever it is, until that full report comes out is probably prudent.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm not, I use the phrase dancing on grave, and that's a metaphor. It's not literal, obviously. But if it's true, whatever, I'm not going to sit here and celebrate. I didn't when it happened to Max Hall, so I'm certainly not going to do it here. Nor would I do it to any young man, or young woman, no matter where they are in that regard. So let's see what happens, and then go from there. Bunch of other games, too. Utah State hosting UTEP at 2 o'clock. Scotty G at 1:30 with the coverage on the call. Is he going to get down to the football game then?
I'm thinking about that. There's no way that's going to happen.
So maybe he's not doing the basketball, he's doing the football?
It's got to be somebody else doing basketball, yeah.
Let's see. UConn's ranked number 3. Southern Utah at Omaha, 6 p.m. Utah, Sam Houston, 7 p.m. UVU at Fresno, and Weber at Irvine. And Utah Tech is out in the islands. Man, they played, the 2 Arizona schools. Now they're going to Hawaii. The Judd's brother,
yep.
John.
John Judd.
Jeez.
Yeah, they played Manhattan 2 nights ago. They actually, and I didn't put this on there. I missed it in the initial. They actually played tonight. It's part of they call it the Rainbow Classic.
Oh, so it's a tournament.
It's a tournament. Okay. So they play tonight and tomorrow night. I think also Saturday.
Man, that's a heavy schedule for those guys. All right, let's move on to the NFL.
Hashtag NFL.
First and goal to go from the 7 once again. Henderson scored from this spot on New England's last drive. Double tight ends left. West over the fullback. Henry motions right. May hands it to Henderson. Cuts it left. Runs it to the left side. Into the end zone. That's 2 for Travion Henderson. And the Patriots take the lead. Snap to May. Looks to his left. He pumps. He throws. Falls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. And who caught it? Travion Henderson. A hat trick for the rookie.
Henderson with the hat trick on the touchdowns. Good for him. Drake May, 25 of 34. Drake May, man, coming into his own. You gotta love that. See this young man develop as the Patriots move to 9-2. They may just well win the AFC East.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah, wow. Vrabel, runaway coach of the year. I don't think there's any question about that, right? That's about as easy as it comes.
Find somebody else who's outdone their expectations like they have.
Yeah, wow. Nothing comes to mind, obviously. Let's see. Bills, they're 6-3. They're behind, man. They got the Bucks at home. 2 6-3 teams. Now, that is one of the morning games, so see what happens there. Both those teams can usually win. The Bears deserve some consideration, too. They're 6-3. And that's a step. That's a step in the right direction. Faux show, I would think you would say, as far as that. And then in the afternoon, you got a big NFC West showdown between 2 7-2 teams, the Seahawks and the Rams. Now that is at the future home of the UCLA Bruins, SoFi. So the Rams are hosting that game, and we'll see what happens there. That's going to be a big game. Chiefs and Broncos. The Broncos are 8-2, and the Chiefs are already 2 games behind. So look forward to watching that game too. Sunday afternoon. See what they got there. If the Chiefs want to get in, I don't think they can fall to 5-5. Certainly, if they want any form of winning the division, they can't do that. And then we got a nice nighttime game: the Lions and the Eagles. 6-3 Lions, 7-2 Eagles. We'll have our locks of the day. None of us. We're like the BYU Cougars. We're no longer undefeated. Yak won the first of the double crown. Who could stay undefeated the longest among the three of us? And the Yakster, the kid of the group, who's not a kid anymore. It's just that we're old. But, compared to us, I guess. And so he stayed. I was gone after like 5 weeks. I finished second. And you were gone after like 9, 10?
Made it to 10.
All right. And then we're going to still total up the locks and see who has the most locks at the end of the season. And, of course, obviously, Yak would be in the lead on that. But there is still time to catch them. That is your NFL.
Hashtag Utah.
I think it was a nice show of respect for our program from the committee to rank us where we were ranked. But again, we got to take things 1 week at a time, and that's exactly what we're doing this week. And not to not have a better answer for you, but that's just how we're handling it.
When Kyle retires, he's going to say, I'm taking it 3 weeks at a time. Coaches do that when they retire? No, they go down to Baylor. And they got 5 o'clock, ESPN2. Now, I think they win, obviously. Baylor's AD is in a bunch of hot water.
Mac Rhodes stepping aside, personal leave.
And our guy, Mark Harlan, is taking the place. Now, a funny thing is that Tuesday, I went and looked and see some of the people who were on the committee. And I don't know if I pulled up an old one or what, but Harlan's picture was on there on Tuesday.
That was probably from the 2023 when he served the 1 year.
I know. I thought I put in 2025.
Yeah.
So maybe they've known for a few days.
He was a really natural fit because he has the experience of already being on it. There's no having to train him on that. And it obviously is going to have certain fan bases, a blue fan base that's going to be wary of it.
I'm sure Harlan will do a fine job. I have
He will.
Zero doubt on that. Yeah, he's been around the block. I find him to be an engaging guy. I enjoy my conversations with Mark, and we like to tease each other about where we went to school and all that. So others may have different opinions, but that's my opinion. All right, let's move on to the Ags.
Hashtag Utah State.
Aggies looking to break through on the road. They have not done that yet, and they go to Vegas. UNLV 7-2. Dan Mullen, former quarterback coach way back when for Urban Meyer at Utah. Now, Vegas is still trying to stay in the hunt. They're 3-2 in league, and so are the Aggies. So this is a big, huge game. Aggies want to get to bowl eligibility. That's the first check off for these guys, and particularly where they were from last year. That would be another great rebuilding job in year one with Bronco Mendenhall, just like he did 20 years ago with the Cougars. So that is at 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock, man, it's 5 o'clock everywhere tomorrow.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. Your evening is going to be very busy.
Yeah, for sure. CBS Sports, 5 o'clock. So we got 3 games. We got 2 football games, Utah and USU, and then BYU basketball, all at 5 o'clock. My thumb and index finger may be bleeding by 8 o'clock.
Wearing out the remote control.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I may have to go with the phone on that. So I'm going to have 1 computer, 1 television, and phone.
It's going to be a multi-screen.
Yeah, because I got to pay attention to all of those 3 games there. All right, and the Cougars, they're up next.
Hashtag BYU.
TCU is very good in their own right. Very impressed with them, and Coach Avalos is a very good defensive coordinator. So we have our hands full. But we do have a good offense. We have a good identity, and we just want to get back to it. We just need to execute better.
That's Aaron Roderick, offensive coordinator. The Cougars look to get back on track, obviously. That is a late nighter. 8:15 kickoff, which probably means 8:25. Unless they throw it on another network. So looking forward to that. That's on regular ESPN. TCU, I know they got beat last week. That's a very disappointing loss for them, for sure, at home to Iowa State. And what can they do? They've had a bunch of leads there. They led the Devils by 17. And the Devils came back to win that game. I think they were up double digits on Arizona. Just spoke about Iowa State. I still think they're dangerous. Any given game, they're dangerous. BYU is going to have to play well to win. And they need this win, man. They absolutely. Maybe they can get in the conference title game with 2 losses, and they got Cincinnati next week, but no way they get in with 3. So looking forward. I am so looking forward to tomorrow. Sports all day long. And mostly football, but that one basketball game. And we got college football, obviously. Let's get to that.
Hashtag college football.
College football, a couple games tonight. If you're interested, Minnesota's at Oregon at 7 o'clock. And then Clemson at Louisville. We'll see about that with the obviously Big Ten and ACC. Tomorrow, a big game in the morning, right at 10 o'clock. You've got Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. That could have playoff berth implications for show. So I'll be flicking around on that one. Cincinnati, you got Arizona. Arizona's being an upstart. They're bowl eligible after bombing last year. That game is also at 10 a.m. So that's one with the Cougars and the Utes, for that matter, battling with Cincinnati. I mean, Cincinnati's still ahead of Utah. So would you want BYU to win? Because then you'd have the tiebreaker over Cincinnati. But, oh, my gosh, rooting for the Cougars? No way. Who could do that? So we'll see about that. The Devils hosting West Virginia at 11 o'clock in the morning. So got some big games. And then at 1:30, you got some huge games, too. Oklahoma at Alabama. Looking forward to that one. UCF at Tech, I don't think that's going to be UCF having a chance to win. Iowa goes out to USC. Now, USC tomorrow, that's 1:30. It never rains in Southern California, but tomorrow it's supposed to be raining.
Yep.
And that'll be interesting because it hardly ever rains there. And I've covered 1 million games in the Coliseum over the years, and I'm trying to think of rain games, particularly in the day. I can't recall any. And I worked down there in newspapers for about 10 years. And this is supposed to be lousy weather, and it's obviously moving east here. It's going to be impacting our area. Time to put the golf clubs up. News in college basketball or college football. Let's see. Arkansas AD, it was a Yurchek. He will replace Hunter Yurchek, who will play Rhodes as the champions. Rhodes, the Baylor ones, has stepped down. I don't know what's going to happen there. And so the Arkansas AD will replace him as the chairman of the College Football Committee, and then he'll be speaking to the media the rest of the season when they do their rankings on Tuesday night. And Colorado Buffalo's AD, Rick George, he'll step down in July and move into an advisory role. So that'll be interesting. Does he not want to fire Coach Prime? What's going to happen there? Because they're having a lousy season. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Oh, and another big game that I didn't say was Texas at Georgia. That's at 5:30 between Texas, obviously 10th, and Georgia 5th. The implications on that. This is the great time of year for college football, so we're right down to the end. All right, baseball's over, but we got some awards to hand out.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Oh, my gosh. Your guy, Cal Raleigh, did not get it. Aaron Judge got the MVP, and Yak was outraged. He could not believe it, man.
Stupid Yankees.
I think he's going to New York and going to be presenting a sign in front of the MLB offices, unfair labor practices.
The shame on New York Yankees is like MLB. Get a big old sign and stick it right outside the headquarters.
Yeah, I was torn. I would have been fine either way. I'm fence sitting on this one. So Judge gets it, second straight, and to the surprise of no one, the Shohei Ohtani Award went to Shohei Ohtani. As he unanimously, what's that, 4 times?
Yeah, first 4-time unanimous MVP, 3 straight, 4 in the last 5. He's
multiple leagues.
Yeah.
Both leagues, not multiple, but both
AL
leagues.
And NL, yeah.
Yeah, so what will he do in 2026? We shall see. And what will the Mammoth do? Let's go there.
Hashtag NHL.
I think, just how much belief there is in each other. Never giving up. We know how good we can be offensively. We know when we're trailing, we can easily come back. So I think just that belief in each other in here.
That's JJ Peterka. We've got our own JJ. You can hear him from 3 to 6. And the Mammoth got their JJ Peterka, who was acquired off-season. Now they play tonight at the Delta Center, 7 o'clock against the Islanders. The Islanders are 9-6. So they're right in the Metro division there. They're right in the middle. So this is a decent team. This will be a good win. And the puck drop, as I said, 7 p.m. Coverage here on the KSL Sports Zone will begin at 6 p.m. with Hockey Night in Utah. Friday night hockey, man. How cool is that to be able to see in our see for that matter? I was going to say and see, I guess, in our town here as they're in their second year. All right, What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job that is too big or is too small. You can get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Of that, I can promise you. 8:30, we got Lock, radio guy for the Jazz, and then at 9:05, the Squeakster, Kevin Graham. Good morning, Kevin. How you doing back east? Look forward to talking to you in an hour and a half. Always look forward. Now, we talked about Utah Jazz tickets, and we were giving away a 4-pack to the Chicago Bulls. That is Sunday. Okay, we got college football to get to, a whole bunch of stuff, BYU hoop. Stay with us right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.